Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. I'm spiritual medium, psychotherapist, and author Kellee White, and welcome to Ask Me Anything today on June 4th, 2026. And I'm going to say hi to a lot of people. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. After I say hi to everybody, I'm going to tell a little story about my week because it was a week. And it was an important week, really, for me. And then I'm going to do the astrology for June, the Vedic astrology for June. And then I'm going to answer a lot of questions and give you guys some cards. And any questions that you have for psychology or spirituality or any of that, go ahead and write them in and let's start now. How's that? So, hi, Melissa. Thank you, honey, for sorry for your loss. That is the story I'm going to tell tonight. This is some special energy. Hi, Leslie. Happy summer. Hi, Leslie. Can I have a card? Yes, I will be back, Leslie, to get you a card. Hi, Angela. How are you, honey? Hi, Sonia. Yes, I am so glad you're here, Sonia, and I will come back and get you a card too. Okay. I have my cards here. Toby says, I hope you're enjoying beautiful Wisconsin weather. We are, Toby. We actually are. It's been spectacular. And from what I understand, it's going to rain for the next 10 days. It's going to rain on my parade. But that's okay because we've had some really nice weather here. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Vera from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Hey, Sweet Cherry Wine. Hi. Hey, Sarah. Yes, Melissa, this is a great time to start a beginning here. The Children's School of Yoga, namaste. Hi there. Hi, Patty. How are you? And Julie and Laura. Oh my gosh, so much to do, but so little time. Seems to be a theme lately. It's really true, Laura. I've actually worked with a lot of people on that theme right now and cutting back and what's important and coming up with what's important in your life to you. Especially when we go through different stages in life, we actually look at what's important. Is that important anymore? Instead of running all over the place. Hey, 6631 Matt. Hello. And hey, Gayla. How are you, Gayla? Hope you had a great time. Hey, Cindy and Marge. Oh my gosh. And Rita. Hey there. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes, the year of the fire horse, Vera. Okay. Well, let me tell you about the week I've had. And I bet a lot of you can relate to this. But, you know, I've been talking about my dog, Charlotte, for a long time. She had cancer for about 9 months. And when we first heard about her cancer, in fact, this is really a public service announcement. Our dog, Charlotte, was limping. So she had a little limp. And we thought she had run. We live on a farm. We thought she had tripped over something and hurt herself, but we took her in for an x-ray. And it came up. They thought that it was sprained. All right. So we thought it was sprained. And we did water therapy and we did food therapy to build the muscle and everything that you would do if there was a sprain. And that didn't go away. And it got worse and then it got worse. And we took her in. I mean, we took her in probably a week after that, actually. Just didn't get better. And then it came up that she had cancer. They had no idea what kind of cancer. They couldn't tell if it was bone or muscle or anything. And they kept saying she's a mystery. And we did biopsy, and then we did a deeper biopsy, and we took her to another vet, a teaching school. We've done everything that you can think of to do is what we did. And everybody said, and she was only 6 years old, and everybody said, she's a mystery. The one theme was that she was a mystery. And so I had a lot of healers working on her, and I really want to say a shout out to Judy Freeman. Thank you, Judy, from the bottom of my heart. You helped every day, every single day. You were great. I so appreciate it. And also to Michelle Kavanaugh. Michelle, Snowy Owl Intuitive, a wonderful, wonderful animal psychic. If you need that, and with Reiki, she does extraordinary work. And she's Snowy Owl Intuitive Services, and she does a great thing on Sundays too at 6 p.m. on her Facebook page. And I will tell you, with this kind of help, it was wonderful. And everybody that would send me their support and their love and their, just prayers out to Charlotte was really, really important. But it came, in fact, if anything, the doctors all said to us she would live between 3 and 6 months, and she lived 9 months. So, and as dogs do, they rally. And so for anybody who's had loss with an animal, they can rally. And so she was rallying, but I could see underneath it that she was getting sicker and sicker. And I knew that it was time. It's a terrible thing to have to come up to that decision, because again, it's like, oh no, she still's here. She wants to please us. She wants to run and play and to be with her partner for life, Otis. And, but I knew it was time, and I just knew it. So I reached out to the vet, who was wonderful, who was always with us, who was so great. She was so supportive. Every day we get an email from her. She was just incredible. And she was the vet from the time we got them both. So she knew both of our dogs really well. She knew Charlotte very well. And she came to the house. And before she came to the house, and it was weird how it happened. It was that morning, she gave us 2 dates to choose from. And we chose Friday. So we chose last Friday at 5:00 when she could get there. And the reason that's important is the strangest thing. That morning, knowing this was going to happen, I was pleading with my mom, who'd passed away years ago. And I was like, Mom, you've got to help me here. You've got to help me, because this is like too much. It's just too much. So I just put that out, and I said, Mom, you've got to help me. Anyway, about an hour before the vet got to the house, because she was coming to the house, I turned to Don, and why would I say this? I said, I bet you Dr. Emily drives a Subaru. And he was like, what? Like what? Like, what does that even matter? And I said, I don't know. I just have this feeling she drives a Subaru. Like, for some reason, that just went into my brain. Okay. And so Emily came. She was lovely, wonderful, kind, compassionate, just fabulous. Even Otis, who is a tough guy, he sat there with such reverence. He sat there. There was no problem. He was wonderful. Really, shout out to Otis. He was really, really great. And so we had, we had to put her to sleep. And it was just a rough thing. And so the strangest thing afterwards, typically this is the third dog we've had we've had to send to the Rainbow Bridge. And I typically would not follow the body out, because it's too much for me. And I just never do, ever. But I said to Don was helping carry Charlotte out. And Charlotte was 75 pounds. So started to carry her out to the car. And the doctor had her car with the hatchback up. So I had no idea what kind of car it was, but I was curious about, of all things, what kind of car it was. So they put Charlotte into the back of the car, and then she shuts the hood down. And I looked, and I'll be darned, it was a Subaru. And I said to Don, look, it's a Subaru. But that wasn't the important piece. The important piece was the doctor had a personalized license plate, and it simply said on it, Lou, L-U. That was my mother's name. Let that one sink in for a second. The reason the car came up as the Subaru, and it got me curious, is my mom knew that I would not have known that she was helping. I wouldn't have followed the body out. It's nothing I would have ever done, actually. And for some reason, I was compelled. I know my mom literally put that in there. I was like, Kellee, you got to get out and see this license plate, because I'm here. And we asked the doctor, because her name is Emily. It makes no sense, but she had gone to med school in Louisiana. And for some reason, even though Louisiana is L-O-U, the nickname for her is Lou, L-U. That's right. My mom's name. So it was extraordinary, and we miss Charlotte every moment. And we did not realize, and this is really a love note to anybody who's got animals, we did not know that she was actually the boss of us. Charlotte was our boss. She told me when to wake up. She told me when it was time to make dinner. She told me it was time to have breakfast. She told me when it was time to go outside. She'd even stop as soon as I was with a client. As soon as I finished, she'd have her hands there ready to, come on, let's go out now. It's time for a treat. Our lives were really, run by Charlotte. So you can imagine now we're all like, what? Like what? It was such large energy not to have around us anymore, So we're all kind of bumbling into each other. And it's just the saddest thing has been for Otis. Otis has been quite lost. And he's been at the park playing every other day. We take him, and that's been a good thing. But so I wanted to thank everybody for, all of their love and support. And I had a wonderful healing session with Dwayne Morgan, a wonderful healing session. Shout out to Dwayne Morgan. I will tell you that he's going to get very busy. So he was great. It was just great for me. Really, really helped with everything that, it's a big load. When you love whether it's an animal or a person, it's a big deal, to have loss. So anyway, I just honor that path. And I know that Charlotte will be helping another family when it's her time. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. And I want to talk now about June, the month of June. And it was funny that this happened right before the big full moon, which was May 31st, the blue moon. And I knew that was going to be a heavy duty time. And it was a heavy duty time. But now we're in June. And although the energy has shifted, some people will find that it's still not an easy energy. But on June 1st, and this lasts until October 31st, and then I'll tell you in a second, then it switches into Leo. But right now, Jupiter, which is the largest planet and the one that makes us feel good, and the spiritual guru, it shifted into Cancer. Now, the last time that happened was 12 years ago. So what was 12 years ago? 2014, I think. Is that right? 2014? So look at your life at what happened in 2014. How was it? What was going on in your life in 2014? Was it a little more peaceful? Because Jupiter, when it's such a massive event that when Jupiter enters Cancer, because it's exalted in Cancer, it creates what's called a Hamsa Yoga, which is energy and blessings to your home and to your family and to your emotional well-being. And we haven't had this since 2014. And to me, it's a very large deal because it will make things easier. It's not going to take away all of the still craziness of the world, but it will make things a little easier. Now, this goes until October 31st, so Halloween. And on November 1st, Jupiter transits retrograde into Leo, and it stays there until in Leo until January 24th of 2027. But then it goes right back into Cancer. Sometimes Jupiter does that. So really, it's almost a full year that it will be like this. And we call this transit the homecoming of wisdom and the return of light to the inner temple. And think of yourself as the inner temple, okay? Jupiter being exalted in Cancer means the planet of luck and wisdom and expansion, and it operates at its absolute peak when it's in Cancer. Because Jupiter rules growth and Cancer governs nurture, that pairing blends this expansive energy with deep care, and it turns your capacity for compassion and emotional intelligence into your greatest asset. So for all of you healers out there, there will be an expansion of your work. For all of the people that are healers of all sorts, this is the kind of time period that we're in, that people that maybe you never imagined would start feeling compassion will start to feel compassion. And this will bring a higher level of consciousness to the planet, which seriously we need right now, because Jupiter is the spiritual guru and it's all about wisdom and spirituality. So it's Jupiter is called the Great Benefic. It's the planet of fortune, and Cancer is the sign of the home. So it brings, when you combine that, it makes things fulfilling. And, the last several months and years probably have been so intense. I mean, you could just, it was like something's got to break this intensity. And here, this is it. This is going to break this intensity. Okay. And so when Jupiter enters Cancer, something very subtle begins to shift, and it comes from within. And so life begins to feel lighter. Emotional healing can begin. Support comes from unexpected places and things begin to simply work out. I had a client today who had had some real extreme situations at work. And she said to me today, you won't believe this. All of a sudden, everything started to work out. And I said, that's the power of this time period that we're in. And, it doesn't mean that things are going to be, things are going to be removed, entirely. But what it does is it reduces the intensity of things. And so it creates what we would call a buffer, and it gives second chances. So it softens the outcomes of things. So this is a big deal. This month, beginning now, it's a big deal. And you should start to feel lighter, like things are possible again, which is really, hope is everything. And that's this energy. It's even deeper than that. Things just start to happen easier. Okay. Now on July 8th, Venus also transits into Cancer. And that shift into Cancer brings the theme of emotional nurturing yourself, nurturing your love, nurturing others. But it strengthens, has the ability to strengthen family bonds. And, families have been completely at odds with so many, between so many things right now politically. And it's been a rough time. So this could help mitigate a lot of that. And so, because also, if you notice in the sky, and I have that sky app, Venus has really been close to Jupiter. And so that's just a really great thing. And that lasts until July 4th. Then on June 14th, we have a new moon, and it's in Vedic. I'm talking Vedic astrology. It's at 29 degrees of Taurus. And the new moon in Taurus is about practical, value-based intentions. So money, possessions, health, comfort. And so this new moon brings completions and endings, and then really some new beginnings here, because it's at 29 degrees. We'll finish with this new moon, and then some new beginnings start to come out for people. It's a really powerful new moon that brings change. So something comes to an end, completion. Now, normally a new moon is just, new beginnings, but this is at a 29 degrees. So it's like a completion of something that you've been working on. And then it opens for time for something new. And that's June 14th. And June 15th, all the way, if you were born from June 15th until July 16th in Vedic astrology, that makes you a Gemini. And the sun represents the soul, then vitality, and your career path. So it's actually an ideal time for networking and communication, because it's in Gemini, pitching your ideas, collaborating with others, and also taking classes, expanding your knowledge. It's a really great time for that. That's super for this period of time. And let's see, June 16th and 17th is a really special day. You can mark that in your calendar, because Jupiter is going to be with the moon and Venus all in Cancer. So those 2 days will be very special, June 16th and June 17th. If you were born on those days, those are really special energy days for you. We have some blessings, I'm telling you. Finally, normally I'm like doom and gloom, but no, I mean, we're in a good period, which doesn't mean that things are not going to be, happen. It's just, the energy is better for everything. And then on June 21st, we have Mars transiting into Taurus, and that's June 21st until August 1st. Mars represents energy and determination. And in Taurus, which is an earth sign ruled by Venus, the momentum becomes less impulsive, and it's more methodical. I mean, Taurus is methodical, right? It's steady, it's practical. So Mars, it can be somewhat stifled in Taurus because it's opposing the ruler of that, which is Aries. And that can be a time of stubbornness or getting stuck in your way. But really channel this energy instead to, something structured, or careful execution would be really important here. Now we have on June 22nd, we have Mercury that will transit into Cancer. So now we've got a lot of planets in Cancer, right? And that brings a lot of emotion to communication. and intuitive thinking. It will really increase the way we think intuitively faster. It will bring sensitivity to your expression, and emotional sensitivity may increase also on a mental level. So let's say you were thinking about going into therapy. That'd be a good time to do it. That would be a good time because the emotions would come out, and that's when you're in therapy. What needs to happen, so allowing your individuals to actually feel and express themselves. So it's really great time for counseling or writing. Let's say you're a writer and you need to write, your feelings out. If you're just journaling, whatever it is to get your feelings out, that's the time to do it. A really special time that we also have is from June 22nd, when Mercury goes into Cancer, until July 4th. And that's called a Saraswati Yoga, and it's in Cancer. And that special transit is formed when you have three benefic are the good planets, Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus, and they are all aligned in Cancer. So it's a very special time. If your birthday is between June 22nd and July 4th, this is a very special time for you, because Mercury and Venus already align in Cancer, and Jupiter is already exalted in Cancer. So this brings like wisdom and divine blessings. Imagine if you're thinking about starting something new too, it would have a lot of blessings to it. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And Saraswati is the Hindu goddess of knowledge and arts and music and wisdom. So it's a very incredible time. It also brings a lot of intellectual and creative ventures to you. So it brings a lot of what we'll call emotional growth. During that time, on June 29th, Mercury goes retrograde in Cancer, and it goes retrograde until July 23rd. So the theme will be rethinking your feelings, because it's in Cancer, rethinking your feelings, looking at family communications, looking at domestic plans, because Cancer is so domestic. Mercury's backward motion in Cancer brings reviews for people. So you might be looking at, how do you feel about things? A lot of emotions going on. There will be delays in travel. And of course, that is when I will be traveling. What are you going to do? But, things could revolve around your home, looking at your relationships, and looking at maybe your emotional decisions, and also information that might affect your security. So you might really look at that, because Cancer is the home and the mother and nourishment and security. So when Mercury is retrograde in Cancer, it literally has you look at your emotional narratives, looking at maybe tidying up family records, maybe reevaluating how you communicate your own needs, So it's a very important time. And as we get closer, we'll be talking about Mercury in retrograde, which happens 3 or 4 times a year. So we're kind of used to it, but it does, we have to pay attention to that. Also, on June 29th, we have a full moon, and in Vedic astrology, it's in Sagittarius, and it is in the nakshatra called Purvashada, which is truth and justice. And Purvashada is known as the invincible star, governed by Venus and represented by the symbol of a winnowing basket or a fan. And it's associated with the water deity Apis, which represents emotional cleansing, spiritual depth, and renewal. It has a lot to do with a lot of things here. And it's literally the metaphor of cutting wheat from the chaff. So it's time for shifting through your own truth and cutting through your own illusions and deciding what your soul needs to carry forward. So it's a very important full moon. Think of emotions, a lot of things that you'll be thinking about. It's a good thing. Okay. It really is, because it'll help you look at your belief systems. This is what I've thought my whole life. Now I think this, and it's okay. It's okay to make shifts in belief systems here. It's important, actually. So kind of clearing and pruning yourself for that full moon. And it is a moon for going ahead and putting out your crystals. So we've got a month ahead, but I think it's a better month than what we have had. I think it's a better month. It's a better month to start things, a better month. You'll feel better about things. Just is. It just is. And if you, in this emotional time, if you are dealing with somebody that has a personality disorder or somebody who you just can't quite figure them out, please join Dr. Shirley and me, because we are going to be teaching a class on June 27th. So right smack in the middle of this, we're going to be teaching a live Zoom class called Why They Act That Way and What Can You Do About It? And it's about personality patterns and triggers and boundaries. And so it's going to be a very powerful class. It's going to help you understand personality patterns. And please sign up for it. I think you'll love it. It's a 2-hour class on June 27th. And we're going to teach you how to create healthy boundaries without guilt and confusion or burnout. And if you felt like you've been walking on eggshells or had lots of relationship struggles, or I don't know, feeling a little that you're with somebody that's out of control, or you're burned out from helping others, it might be a class that you'd want to take. And you can sign up on that class on kelleewhite.com. Okay, so please join me. And I also just want to mention, I think I have some time in June in my calendar. So please check all of that out. So in the meantime, let me get back to some cards here, because I promised, let me get some cards out for Leslie. Let's get you a card. Let's see here. You know what, Leslie? I think I'm going to use these cards. These are crystal cards, and they were just so pretty. And I thought, I'm going to use these cards. Haven't used these in a long time. I still have my angel cards, and of course I have the Talking to Heaven cards. But whoops, these are crystal cards. And I thought this would be kind of fun to, how do I do this? I'm just going to go like this, going to shuffle, honey, and I'm going to get you a card. All right, so this is Leslie 6842. Here you go. And this card, ooh, what card is that? That's a pretty one. A blue calcite. Ooh, I have a blue calcite right behind me, actually. I don't know if you can see it. I have it there somewhere. It's a big one. Blue calcite. It means dreamy, calming blue calcite. It's the fresh from the meditation retreat vision board. Okay, who needs this? People who store up. If you're worrying, if you are worrying, this is a place for you, and you can store it on your bedside table. And it's a really great anti-stress one. I hope that helps, Leslie. Blue calcite. I have a large piece here, and I love it. I think it's very good. Oh, Sonia, would you like a card from your spouse, honey? Let's get you a card from Talking to Heaven. How's that? And I'm sorry that you're going through some difficult times. You know, everybody's going through their stuff, right? We come to Earth. We're going to go through our stuff, whatever that stuff is. I've really come to the conclusion I should write a book called, Nobody has it easy. I really believe that. I have not heard one story that is as easy. Everybody has had some really hard lives. Okay, Sonia, this is for you from your husband. It was my time to go. Okay, I'm going to give this to you, but I also want to say this. Go walk on the beach if you can. If you're anywhere near a beach or near water, or walk on the sand or walk outside. Oh, I got chills. He's by your side, honey. He is by your side. Okay. Just always know that. I think that's really important here. Okay. Let's see. Let us see. Okay. Vera says the 16th is a new moon and the start of the 5th lunar month. It's associated with the fire element, and this is the year of the fire horse. Yeah, this will be a big energy. Yep. No doubt about it. Hey, Lee Star. How are you? Amber Lily. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Wendy. Let's see. Here we go. What? Sandy. Hey, Sandy Studner. How are you? Hey, Jim. Hi, everybody. Oh my God. Hey, Jackie Grace. Oh my gosh. Fellow Wisconsinite. I love it. There you go. Hugs from Cedarburg. I've heard of that. Wow. Hey, Crystal, listening from New Zealand. Definitely feeling things are changing again. Thank you. I appreciate you sending love to my dog, Charlotte. Thank you. Things are changing. You can feel it. It was like a shift in there. Hey, Ann Margaret, how are you? Oh, thank you. Yeah, Snowy Owl Intuitive Services. She's great. She is so great. Thank you for sending me all the love. I appreciate it. Melissa says there is a saying, you don't get the dog you want, you get the dog that you need. Melissa, right on, sister. That's exactly what Charlotte was. We really needed a deep companion for Otis, and they were in love from the dog park they met, and the original family couldn't keep her. And we were just so thrilled and honored to have her. And that is very true. And I know that we will eventually get another one. It has to be the right one, right fit, right? Because it just has to be the right fit. I keep saying we'll say to Charlotte, Charlotte, when you're ready, would you send us who you think? Because you know Otis better than we do. Otis is tough, but he's a love. Yeah, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Ann Margaret. And you were telling me, Ann Margaret, about the noise and the sonic booms and the whatever was happening in your area. That was amazing. Hey, Carla, thank you. I appreciate that. It is the worst part, Leslie, when you have to say goodbye to your fur babies. It is. It's a drag. But I always want everybody to remember our loved ones. They know what's going on. I mean, literally that day, I was like literally saying to my mom, "You've got to help me. I need help with this." Like it was just too much. And then like Subaru. Why do I actually owned 2 Subarus at one time, and I loved them. It was a great car. But I was like, I have to check out and see if it's a Subaru. Like, what in the world? But it wasn't me. It was definitely my mom getting me out of the house so I could see that she was helping us all along, And that's how that works. They always have to distract me. They have to distract me. Oh my gosh. Hey, Elizabeth. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I do appreciate that. Subaru is the name of the Pleiades star. Okay, Laura. So I meant to mention that. Thank you. So this doctor that came, Dr. Emily, that's her first name. She's extraordinary. And I turned to Don and I said, she's not from around here. I go, there's no way. I mean, this woman is so unique. And I said, she's got to be a Palladian because Palladians are the healers. And when I saw the Subaru and, of course, the sign, yes, the Pleiades star cluster, I knew for sure that. But then to see that personalized license plate took me just, I love to get surprised by spirit as much as anybody, right? And yeah, right. No, Jackie Grace, it was wow to Lou L.U. That was the thing. Yeah, she was from Louisiana, L.O.U. But my mom's name was L.U. and the license plate was L.U., which it just didn't make any sense, right? It was really an amazing story. I got to say, it's one that will go down in the record here. Oh my gosh. Matt Scarborough says, hi, Matt and Carrie from Kansas City. Hi, my heart goes out to you, Kelly. We feel your pain so much. We lost our sweet boxer blue healer December 29th. Your post on pets in December truly helped me. Oh, thank you, Matt. I got to say, we have our turns out that our vet in her spare time does colored pencil art. And she's really good. She has a website, and I have to get her website and give her a shout out for this. She's really good. So we're going to commission her to do a picture of Charlotte with with angel wings crossing over the Rainbow Bridge, because she's something else, this gal, and she really would get it done the way I think we would love it. Yeah, we're never alone. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's really not possible. We're never alone. I mean, and I feel funny because I'm like pleading, and I know my mom's there. I just didn't know, I guess, what I was asking, which was really asking, am I doing the right thing? That was really it. And by the way, the vet came in and Emily said, you're doing the right thing, Kelly. It is absolutely the time right now. I mean, that alone, gosh, it just was such a relief to hear that. Because, again, they rally. She said, no, she's masking her pain because she's a pleaser, because she wants to be here. But it really, really was her time. Okay, yes. Anna Maria says, we get signs when it's time. We saw dolphins in the water at the park the morning we put our Jasper down. Are you kidding? That is amazing. The veterinary hospital usually had no openings, but they did when it was time. Oh, I got chills. It's still very painful, though. It took us a year to get another dog, and that happened quickly, too. And that's probably, I'm assuming what we're looking at, but it isn't. That is so interesting how all of a sudden it happens quickly. Like, what is, and Melissa, you are right, because it is the kind of thing where we get the dog that we need. However that works, I know that they work. Patty says, my dad passed 21 years ago today, and he loved animals and greeted Charlotte. Oh, I got chills. Thank you, Patty. I really believe that, and I believe that she had a huge, wonderful, wonderful people, souls coming to see her. I was telling her, of course, I talked to her before, and I was telling her all everybody she was going to see. And I said to her, and you guys will get a kick out of this. I said, because Otis and Charlotte were always, they were lovers and together all the time, but they were competitive. Like if the door was open, they both had to weasel their way out together, and somebody had to win. So I turned to Charlotte like an hour before. I said, well, you know what, Charlotte, you're going to beat Otis at something now. You're going to beat him to the Rainbow Bridge. And even I had to laugh at that, Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Michelle, I agree. Dwayne is a great healer. Thank you, Rose. You've been through that too. I know, you guys are, you know this. I mean, when you've been on this journey, you know this. It's a tough one. Melanie says, so sorry for your love. One of the toughest losses to go through. It really is true. It just is, Thank you, Misty Merriman. Hey, thank you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Say hi to your dad, honey. Hey, Dolly. Yeah, it's hard. It's all really hard. Sarah Stone says 2014 is when I got my first grandson to raise and later adopt in 2016. Interesting. I got chills, Sarah. So it was a powerful time. And Jupiter in Cancer is a powerful time for families, nurturing. Yeah, it's more of a year. It is, Ralph, it's a better year for peace. I'm hoping that we will have it, but I will say that, again, things will happen, but there's something about the energy of now that we need more than ever, just some peace, just some internal peace, without that stretch of intensity. So that it's a really good time, Anne Margaret, for expansion, and you can feel it so strongly. Yeah, this is such a time. Let's say you want to do something new, whatever that is, or something you've been wanting to do, or if you're on a healing journey, you really want to get help, or I don't know. It's just everything is possible this month to start with. Yeah, Marilyn, it has been ridiculous, but I agree. Yeah, and Jupiter is really bright in the sky right now. Thank you everybody for your prayers. Yeah, Wendy says, Kellee, your mom guided you. 100% she guided me. I never doubt that. And I guess I was just needing some validation. And now I will never look at Subaru the same ever. I got it. Oh, look, there's a Subaru. It was the weirdest thing. And it was funny because my dad did some distraction for me too. Back in the day, when I was trying to pass my licensing exam as a psychotherapist, and I had broken my left arm and my right foot. Literally. And I was in very bad shape, and all I could do was study because I hurt myself so badly. And I had to take the test, and my little brother, Theo, bless his heart, and he's on tour in Europe right now. So go check out Theo Katzman. He's doing an amazing tour in Europe. And Theo was there to help drive me to my test because I couldn't drive because I'd broken everything. And I had to take this test to pass to get my license. And I had a dream the night before where my dad came to me and he told me about one of his friends who had died. As my dad had long died. And he was telling me about one of his friends who had died. And he was worried about his son who had some trouble in Mexico. And this was it was a very big visit. And I'm like, in my dream, and when I woke up, I'm like, Dad, like I'm taking my exam today. Like, I can't even believe you're telling me this. Like, why are you? And it was such a big distraction. I was telling my little brother, Theo, and then Theo was like, well, Kellee, that the guy that Dad's talking about actually was his friend and this and that. And Theo knew who this, whatever it was. I didn't have a clue. And so we're talking about it. And I was so distracted from my dad that by the time I got in to take the test, it was like I aced the test because there was no anxiety. None, because he had totally gotten my mind somewhere else. And I just was able to take that test and I scored really, really high. In fact, I scored so high that they asked me to write the questions for the exam, of which I immediately said, no, I wanted nothing to do with it. But anyway, it's just interesting how my family knows how I operate really well. And I'm sure all of your families know how you guys operate and they can help in that way. So anyway, oh yeah, Anne Margaret, James is going to be on the show. We are going to be doing a show on on predictions, and that date is, I think it's the 18th. Let me look. It is June 18th. I use an old-fashioned book. I have everything online, but it's just easier for me to use my book. Yeah, June 18th. He will be on, and I'm really looking forward to that. And Margaret says, is June 29th a big date? Santana, who is hugely spiritual, and Doobie Brothers are playing in Boston? Ooh, how fun. Yeah, he is. Santana is very spiritual. One day I have to share, I had an interesting experience with Santana. He was, I'll tell you now, we were at a hotel. I was at a hotel in Denver, and I couldn't get, I was carrying a lot of things. I had like a lot of things in my hands, and I couldn't get to the elevator. I couldn't do anything. And so this man, who I had no idea who it was, comes over to the elevator, doesn't say a word, pushes the button for me. I'm like, well, thank you, kind sir. And he's trying to help me. And I'm like, okay. And he helped me and whatever. And he helped me into the elevator, and I told him, he never said one word, not one word. And he just looked at the door. Which one should I push, basically? And I said, oh, push number 3, whatever it was. And I'm thinking, this man is so nice. He's so kind. I wonder who, I have no idea, zero idea who he was. Anyway, I get to my room. He was no longer there. He was already at wherever floor he was on. And I guess, and somehow I get in, and there was a newspaper on my bed. They had brought a newspaper to my bed. This was, during the times when we had newspapers and people read. But anyway, there was a newspaper on my bed, and the front page was Santana was playing there like the next night, I think it was. And I did a quadruple take. I said, oh my God, that was the man that opened the door for me. Oh my God, it was Santana. I was such an idiot. Oh my God, I'll never forget that. So go see that, Anna Margaret. He's great. And I love the Doobie Brothers, huge Doobie fan. Huge. And I'm really excited because Earth, Wind, and Fire has a new documentary out. And I am so excited. I think it comes out this weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. Oh my God, it's going to be great. Okay. Carlene says, my best friend Rachel is having a really hard time. Would it be possible to get her a card? Yes, let's get her a card. Let's get her a crystal card. Okay, Carlene? Let's get her a crystal card. Because these crystal cards I haven't used in a while, and they're fun. Okay. How about this card? It says apophyllite. Apophyllite. Apophyllite? It acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Okay. It's actually from India, the birthplace of yoga. Oh gosh. And who needs it is anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Okay. Have her get apophyllite, APOPHYLLITE. Okay. Ooh, that is a pretty piece. I have to look into that myself. I like that. I hope she'll get better. Hey, Julia Musterman, I got chills in a good way when I heard about separating the wheat from the chaff in the full moon. Oh yeah. This is going to be one of those months. It'll have a lot of emotions to it, but it'll also have a lightness of being to it, which is something really great. Yeah, this does match my blue calcite. Okay, Laura says, can I have a card for Jimmy from Talking to Heaven? You betcha. Let's get Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. Let's get him a card here. His dad says, I had to leave that way. Ooh, but he's there helping you. He is there helping you. Like a chills. He's totally there helping, okay? And Laura, I think he's really really happy because you helped Jimmy so much, and you helped the family so much, and that's really important to him. Okay, so always know that. Where am I putting my stuff here? And Melanie says, I would love Melanie KR, you'd love a crystal. You're feeling so lost in grief. I'm sorry, Melanie. Grief that's a bitch, but it's what happens. We go through grief. All right, I'm going to get you a card here. Hold on a second, Melanie. Let's get you a card. This will help. Okay, this is, what in the world is this? I've never used these cards. Serpentine. Ooh, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Serpentine Fire. That's the name of the song. Serpentine. A time, they call this a lime to kale green stone with a reptilian appearance. Its activation energy is like a deep exfoliation treatment for the spiritual self. This is for anybody who's in need of a fresh start. Okay. Serpentine. So it says it's time to use it if you're stuck and you're ready to move on. Oh, that might really help. Serpentine. That might help you, Melanie. Okay. Hope that helps you. Oh my gosh. Okay. 21 years ago today, Patty, let's get you a card from your dad. Ooh. The earth is our school. I couldn't have said it better myself. It really is. Earth is our school here. And it's a big one. Imagine when we sign up for Earth. And it's a big one. Shirley and I have a poem that somebody wrote that we're putting out. And it's really about before we sign up, and we sign up. And then we come here to, experience grief and a heartache and some extraordinary experiences. I mean, you get the whole gamut on Earth. You get the whole kit and caboodle, and it's not to keep our hearts, protected. It's, on some level, but also to experience everything, and we need the heart to experience everything. So we can do it. We can do this. Jeanette says, I'd love to have a card. You bet. And you are 522 in Vedic astrology. Your birthday is 522. Okay, well, let's get you a card here. Let's get you a crystal card. How's that? Okay, and let me just say this. On 522, so May 22nd is a 10 of clubs. So 10 of clubs is wildly psychic. I always say they have a brain that has a brain. And often they will have trouble sleeping because they have so much going on. But they're so psychic, such a psychic card. Ooh, here we go. What is this? Ooh, peridot. Oh, it's so funny. I have a bunch of peridot back here. Peridot is like the vitamin D of your crystal diet plan. All right, Michelle Kavanaugh, Snowy Owl, if you're listening to that, the vitamin D. By the way, I was short on vitamin D, and it's a big one you definitely need. I'll have to remember this. Vitamin D of your crystal diet plan. The stones, sunny energy, and candy lime hues promote a zest for life. Okay, if you need it, if you've been brooding or if you feel lackadaisical or dreading anything, this would be a really, really good one. Okay, Jeanette? So get some peridot. Ooh, I have a lot of it here. Okay, Lois says, may I have a card? You betcha. Let's get you, Lois. Here we go. And this is, a Libyan gold tektite. Wow, look at that card. It says it's a 28 million year old Saharan desert glass only found in, you guessed it, the Sahara Desert. Who needs it? The navel gazing and brooding. If so, if anyone looking to hit the streets with some extra swagger, this kind of helps you get some special good energy there. Okay. That's an interesting one. Okay. Gentran, you got it, honey. Let's get you a card. Ooh, this looks, kyanite. I love kyanite. Kyanite is a great one. It's really a fabulous. And if you are restless at all, this is really good for that. And it's really good to put by your bedside table. And if you find yourself like you need, to have some quiet time, this is really good for this. Really good for this. It takes out the nonsense. It's kyanite is a very good one. It's good to meditate with too. Angel and Light, let's get you a card. Here we go. And this is amber. Oh, amber is a fabulous way. It's ancient origin. It's not a rock, but it's a fossilized tree resin. Who needs it? Tree people, old souls, anyone gearing up for a long, dark winter. So I love amber. Amber always reminds me of things from long ago. It's very good. It's a very good one. Oh gosh. Hey, Joy, you had to send your little Roxy too. Oh, let's get you a card too, honey. Let's see. Let me get you one of these. I'm sorry. Here. Ooh, that's a great. Look at this. Ooh, azurite. Oh, this is fabulous. It's very good if you are worried or if you have indecision that you have to make. This is a great one for calming for that. Very good. It's super for that. Okay, Jen or Joy, I hope that helps with that. Okay, Maggie. Hey, Maggie. Yes, you can have a card tonight. Let's get you a card, Maggie. Hold on. Ooh, what is this? Hold on a second. I got two cards here. Whoop. Well, you know what? This one popped out, so that's the one. Ooh, Soda Light, Maggie, Soda Light. It's the friend for what do we call this? It is for planners or people who produce things. It's a lot. It helps you when you are constantly thinking. So this is a really good one to like slow it down too, to slow it down if you're constantly thinking. That is a good one. There you go. Let's see. Cindy says, I had my little dog at the vet's today and learned she has a congestive heart. Oh, I'm sorry, failure. I'm sorry, Cindy. I think all of our dogs take on a lot too. All the dogs, I think, right here. So let's get here a card for her. Here we go. Oops. They're sticking together. Hold on a second. Oops. Well, if I can. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, sunstone. It makes you feel good. This is a helping to feel good. Also about vitamin D. Isn't that interesting? A lot of these vitamin D things. How? Anyway, this is very good for helping with feeling the warmth and feeling radiant, like to help her be the radiant self she is. That would be a really good one. Cheryl says, Kelly, do you see us getting another puppy after losing our soul puppy? Cheryl, I think you do. I think you will. Like me, you'll probably take the plunge again. I'm going to say yes on that, Cheryl. And they do come at the oddest of times and sent from heaven. And you're just like, what? The stork brought me this? Oh my God. It happens. I got to tell you. But I'll tell you another thing that is, I don't know why this is really wacky, but I'm just going to say it. So Charlotte was our girl that would, if there was a raccoon, she knew before anybody. She knew squirrel, raccoon. I don't care. She knew everything. Otis, not so much. Not really. He's a herder and he thinks in a different way. So we have a lot of raccoons now, and they've been eating my bird food. Oh, yeah. These guys are menaces. So I have a new game that I play, and we have a Ring camera, and it's, raccoon on the ring. And I'm telling you, I have scared the bejesus out of some of these raccoons. I get on, I see one from the Ring camera, and I'm like, get out of here. What are you doing? And then they hightail it off. So I'm kind of having fun with that sport. It's my latest sport. I know. Things you do on a farm. Things I would never say in LA that I'm saying now. Which makes no sense, except if you live on a farm. Okay. Yes. Conchetta, yes. Let's help you with direction. You know what? Let's see. Okay, let's get you a stone. Whoops. Hold on a second. I just used that one. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this is a great one. Now, chrysoprase. I don't think I'm saying that. Chrysoprase. This is for explorers searching for a different energy. And I'm wondering if you're stuck in the direction because how's your energy? And also if you just get really quiet if you get stuck, get really, really quiet. And it might take some time. It might take whatever time it takes. And you'll find your direction. Sometimes we just need to be quiet. Okay, that is it. Yeah, the wheat from the chef. And Margaret says it was a meteor that crashed Saturday into Cape Cod. Oh my gosh. Oh, my house and everything shook. Lord have mercy. What, 3,000 pounds of TNT in it? Wow. And it went 75,000 miles per hour before it hit the ocean. Lord have mercy. That is amazing. Wow. Linda says, I'm sorry for your loss. I still miss my 13-year-old that left last year. Yeah. Oh, Linda, we just never get over these things, I think, Melanie says, I'm deeply grieving my AJ that died last July and my Lily that died last June. Right. I get it. Tammy says, it's so odd. I have times where I have so much energy and feel really great. And then out of nowhere, I will get sick. Yesterday I was feeling great. And then bang, I got a migraine. So Tammy, I would ask you, are you angry anywhere? Is there anger anywhere? Migraines often will represent that. I'd be curious about that. Okay, what is a good healing to use for crystal? I think that a good one for crystals or for healing is green calcite. I love green calcite for healing. That's my particular go-to, but there's several other ones, but that's the one that I particularly use. Uh, Carlene says, am I able to communicate with animals? Not really. I mean, I have sessions where their animals do come through. I had one today and I said, I kept hearing Frank. I said, who's Frank? Frank is like really wants to talk. And she said, oh, that's my best friend who had died. It had been her cat, Frank. And then I had a session once with a woman. It was so funny. And it was just this woman. And I had her friend, her best friend. I had the name Judy, her best friend Judy. I said she's tall. I said she kind of looks like you. Got kind of puffy hair on top, and she's like, yep. And she's showing me that you guys go on walks every day. Like you must be talking. Y'all we talk every day. Whatever. Anyway, and it was her dog Judy, who was a standard poodle. I'll never forget that. So yeah, they come through their energy. They come through, but I always send somebody to an animal psychic, and there's some great ones. And Michelle Kavanaugh is a fabulous animal psychic. There's some great ones too. Kathleen is a great animal psychic. There's some great ones out there, but just that's what I would do. Okay. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Cheryl says, I joined late and I didn't realize you lost Charlie. Yeah. My heart goes out to you. I feel bad asking this question. That's okay. But do you see us getting another job after losing our whole puppy, Austin, sending blessings to you, getting us another job? Cheryl, is that what you're looking for? Another dog? I definitely see you getting another dog for sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I definitely see that. Oh my gosh, here we go. So what else can I answer for everybody? Hi, Elizabeth Scott. Oh my God, honey. And I know your daughter's getting married soon. And she's also a fabulous therapist that does past life regression. Elizabeth Scott, you can find her on Psychology Today and in New York. She's great if you're on the East Coast, but she also does work everywhere else on Zoom. She's great. But I'm Elizabeth. I know you're busy with the wedding. So when you're ready, let me know because you also do fabulous work. Thanks, Laurel. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Okay, Jeanette says, can I have a card from my mom from Talking to Heaven? Why not? Ooh, I'm learning over here. I am learning over here. That's good. I mean, there's so much to learn. One day I had a dream about my grandmother, my mother's mother. It was a real challenge. She was Jehovah's Witness, and I guess I'll just leave it at that. Hard stop. Very challenging. Anyway, she came to me years ago in a dream. And she said, please tell your mother, while my mother was still alive, please tell your mother I'm studying psychology. And she had a book out. And I said to my mom, your mother told me? My mom's like, what? I'm like, yeah. She told me she's studying psychology. My mom's like, well, good. It's about time. So they learn a lot on that one. They learn a lot. Okay. No, Ann Margaret, you are not a 10 of clubs. No, you're a 6 of diamonds, as I recall, Ann Margaret. I don't remember the exact birthday, but I don't think you were a 10 of clubs. Okay. Yes, the Earth is our school. Oh, yeah, Michelle Peridot would be great for you. Kathleen says, can I have a card, please? You bet, Kathy. Here we go. Let's do another card. Let's do Ooh, Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye is a golden brown quartz. Oh my gosh. And who uses this, who needs it, are people that are overthinking. So if you're overthinking, get a tiger's eye out. If you're overthinking, a lot of us do that, that is so down. Kelly says, I just had to put my fur baby down. A card would be nice. Let me get you a card from here, Kelly. I'm sorry. Kelly, you're going to love this. Kelly to Kelly, we are so connected. So just know that, it's really hard, right? When we have to go in that direction, but just know that your loved one is around. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else. Christina says June 12th is an important date. It's a difficult year. My boyfriend's in jail. I'm having health issues. That is, you do need some peace, calm, and home. Get yourself a very good crystal. Here, let's look at this. Let's get you. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what I think you need? I think you need, hold on a second. What is this one? No, that's what I was thinking. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking of rose quartz. I think you need a rose quartz, Christina. It would really help. It's for soothing the heart and the soothing the mind, rose quartz. Okay. I think that would be really really good for you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, listen, everybody. Melissa Calcitri, you're my last one because God bless you. I'm going to get you a card. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. Ooh, Melissa, you're going to love this. This is a Herkimer diamond. And this is, it's a wonderful, it's a quartz crystal, but it's really good for people that are highly sensitive. And Melissa, Herkimer diamond would be for you because I know you are sensitive, right? Okay. Yes, Ann Margaret, I did have it, my vitamin D checked yesterday. And yes, it is low. And yes, I'm doing something about it now. Is what my doctor told me to do, and I'm doing it. This time I'm not fooling around. All right, everybody. Listen, I have to go, but have a great week. Join Shirley and me on Tuesday. We have a great show on Tuesday, Psychology in the Soul. And also, Shirley and I join us for our class because we're going to be teaching a lot about personality disorders. Why do they act that way? And what you can do about it. Why do people act the way they do? I don't know. They just do. What can I say? All right, everybody. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you soon.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.